The American Experiment by Dwayne Yancey.
An orphanage in Philadelphia. A 13-year-old girl is standing with her back turned to the audience. This is Columbia. She's wearing a pageant gown because she is facing away from the audience. We can't tell her face has an American flag birthmark. Kneeling in front of her is an adult woman who is adjusting her gown. This is Mrs. Page, the director of the orphanage.
Now hold still just a little bit more.
Do I have to do this?
Columbia, we've been over this.
I know, but do I?
It's for the good of the orphanage.
But people will make fun of me.
They will not make fun of you.
They will.
I won't let them. Now just hold still.
I feel like a freak.
You are not a freak. You're special. You're exceptional. And right now, as far as the orphanage is concerned, you're indispensable.
Then why does everyone make fun of me?
Columbia turns around. The audience now sees her face.
They're jealous, that's why.
No, they are not. They think I'm a freak.
Now, why would they think a thing like that?
Duh! Because I am a freak!
I don't want to hear that word anymore, Columbia.
Neither do I.
Then you tell me who's using it. Give me a list and I'll make sure they never use that word again.
No. They'll hate me even more.
Nobody hates you, Columbia.
I just want to lock myself in my room and hide, but I can still feel it. I know it's there. Isn't there something that can be done?
Yes. You can win the pageant, and then everybody can see what a beautiful, vivacious young lady you are.
Ah!
Someday, you might even be Miss America. Doesn't every little girl dream of growing up to be Miss America?
No!
You're so modest, but we need to work on your self-esteem.
I don't want to work on anything. I just want to be left alone.
Plus, it might help raise some money for the orphanage, and that would help all the girls. Now, wouldn't it?
All the girls who are mean to me.
All the girls who will be very grateful that you were the one who helped raise money for, well, for whatever we use the money for.
I'd run away from home, except then people will have to look at me out on the street.
You don't have a home. That's why you live in an orphanage?
Mrs. Page, there's somebody here to see you.
He won't say who he is. I asked him 3 times, and he says, I don't need to know. Should I file a Freedom of Information Act request under the First Amendment, or just shoot him under the Second?
Oh, Buffy, you break me up every time. Yes, I'm expecting him. Send him in. Now, listen to me, Columbia. You're going to enter this pageant and represent this orphanage as I know only you can.
Yeah. Poorly.
And that's why I've arranged for someone who can help you.
Help? Me how?
I've hired an agent.
An agent? For what?
For everything. For public appearances.
Public appearances?
People pay a fee for that kind of thing, you know. Endorsements, sponsorships, photo shoots on the hoods of cars.
No!
Tastefully, of course. Patriotically, and only on American-made cars.
I'm not posing for pictures.
You have a gift, Columbia. Embrace it.
It's not a gift. It's a deformity.
The agent is in a dark suit and carries a briefcase. He exudes mystery and authority.
Mrs. Page, I'm from the agency. Oh, so it's true.
The agent is obsessed with Columbia.
Yes, so this is Columbia.
The agent stares at Columbia, walks around her, praising her appearance the way one might judge livestock.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Columbia, say hello to Mr.
Fascinating.
Mr.
Incredible. Amazing.
Mr.
I'd seen the pictures, but I had to make sure they weren't fake.
You sent him pictures of me?
Of course, darling. How else could I interest them in you?
The agent touches Columbia's face.
Hey!
It doesn't rub off.
No, it doesn't.
I wish it rubbed off.
The poor girl has tried everything. Soaps, scrubs, everything you can imagine. We'll hear the water running in the night, and it's Columbia in the bathroom, washing her face for hours, trying to get it off.
Oh, now, why would you want to do a thing like that?
To get it off of me? I just want it to go away.
I'm afraid we've had to restrain her sometimes so she won't hurt herself or her pretty, pretty face.
You chain me up. You chain me up like a dog.
It's for your own protection, honey.
Can you make her stop chaining me at night?
Oh, you don't want to hurt your face, pretty girl.
I'm not pretty.
Wrist burns we can cover up, but we always make sure we don't hurt her face. Isn't that right, precious?
When I'm old enough, I'm gonna get it taken off. I swear I am. I'll have plastic surgery. I'll have it tattooed over. I'll do anything to get rid of this stupid face.
As you can see, she's quite emotional at times, but that's to be expected from a 13-year-old. It's the hormones.
I have an American flag on my face.
Why, yes. Yes, you do. In fact, we might even say you're starry-eyed.
Just leave me alone.
Please don't make me get the chains.
Ah!
Mr. Well, whoever he is, he's here to help us.
I don't want any help. I told you I just want to be left alone.
So, what do you think? I was thinking maybe she could sing some patriotic songs, maybe a medley. How do you feel about medleys?
What?
For the pageant, she needs a talent. I was thinking she could sing. Tap dances is so overdone these days.
I can't sing.
Of course you can sing. Everybody can sing. Some just sing better than others. It's all about presentation anyway. And you've got to admit, Columbia here presents.
Maybe I'll cut my face. You won't want to present me then.
Like I said, she's very emotional. You know how if you shake a soda can and then open it, it sprays out and goes everywhere? Same here. All those hormones just sloshing around.
I'm not a can of soda.
Maybe she could do a soda commercial for the Super Bowl. I know. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I figure the pageant is just the beginning, just a way to start getting her name out there. And her face, her pretty, patriotic face.
I don't want my face anywhere. I don't even want it on my own face.
That's why I called your agency. I figured you had connections we don't. What do you think? Parades? Could we rent her out for parades?
I don't want to be rented out like a car.
Perhaps rent isn't the right word, dear. Perhaps it's more of an appearance fee. So what do you think? Can you make her into a celebrity? Maybe even get her, dare I say it, a reality show?
I don't want a reality show. I don't want anything. I just want to be normal.
It's for the good of the orphanage.
Why can't I be normal?
But you're not normal, dear. You're special.
I feel like I'm a circus animal that everyone wants to stare at.
It's all for your sisters.
They're not my sisters.
Tell me again, where'd you find her?
Under a rock. And that's where I want to go back to. Or better yet, that's where all the rest of you should go too.
All right, that does it. Alkie, Buffy.
No!
Yes, Mrs. Page?
Columbia here needs a little time out. You know what that means.
We do.
Buffy produces the restraints they'll be using to restrain Columbia with.
Oh, look. These are the pretty ones.
No. Stop. Don't do it.
Remember, don't hurt her face now.
What is this, the ACLU? There's too many rules around here.
No, please, please. No, please. Alkie.
Oh,
Buffy. No.
hold still, or, well, this is going to hurt.
I'll make this hurt whether you hold still or not.
Please stop. Don't do this to me.
Alkie and Buffy finish putting restraints on Columbia.
There. All wrapped up, just like a Christmas present.
Or a prisoner at Leavenworth.
Please. Just let me go, please.
I'm sorry. Sometimes at that age they require special handling, and Columbia is a very special girl. We don't want anything bad to happen to her.
I do.
Buffy's such a kidder. All the girls have such a good sense of humor.
It's not funny.
Buffy puts a gag on Columbia.
Now it is.
There, Columbia. You don't want to strain your vocal cords before your big audition. It's for your own good. Everything's for your own good. And if it's for your good, then it's for all our good too. Don't you see? Because children are our future, and you're our future. Alkie and Buffy, that will be all, girls. Why don't you run along and tidy things up somewhere?
Oh, all right. I like cleaning. It's just like playing house.
I like cleaning house.
It's just like playing with dolls, except with real people.
You sure you don't want us to stay and keep an eye on Columbia? We could help keep her company.
That's very thoughtful. Aren't they very thoughtful? We teach etiquette classes to our girls here at the orphanage. I find the social graces are a dying art, but not here.
That's me, the very picture of grace.
I think I'll start over here.
Alkie goes to a corner of the room. Buffy continues to watch Columbia warily.
So, where were we?
Where'd she come from?
We're not sure, actually. She just turned up. We found her on our doorstep one morning 13 years ago.
So she's undocumented then?
Oh, no. She came with papers, all right. She was wrapped up in a copy of the Philadelphia Inquirer. Or was it the National Enquirer? I forget now. They're all the same to me, really. Good thing it was summer, or the poor thing might have frozen to death.
So you have no idea who her parents are?
None whatsoever. We advertise ourselves as a safe harbor, so mothers who don't want their children drop them off here all the time. She was the third one that year. Alkie here was the first in February, Buffy was the second in April, and then Columbia came to us in July.
Maybe we should just redecorate the whole room? What do you think?
Or just burn it all down and start over.
We name all our girls in alphabetical order. Makes the record keeping easier, rather like naming hurricanes. We give them all distinctly American names, of course. Nothing foreign. So, Alkie here is Alcatraz. Buffy here is Buffalo. We're not sure if she stands for the city or the animal, but the name works either way. And Columbia is, well, I guess Columbia is just Columbia. She's named after a river or a district or something. After her, we had Donor for the party, Electoral for the college, and then the twins, Freedom and Fenced-in Restricted Area. We couldn't decide which one was born first, so we gave them both an F name. We never did get a G that year. Otherwise, it was going to be Guantanamo. It was a slow year, but a good one, rather like wine. Don't you think, girls? Not that our girls are allowed to drink wine, mind you. Only grape juice, the carbonated kind, on special occasions, like government-recognized holidays.
We could make this into a nice little area for a tea party. What do you think?
Yeah, the Boston Tea Party.
And the flag.
And the flag was on her face when you found her?
Oh, yes. At first, we thought it was just a birthmark and maybe it would go away.
But it didn't.
No, it hasn't.
We even tried sandpaper. That didn't work either.
Very curious.
It's weird. She's weird.
Can you fix her? You know, make her normal.
Oh, we don't want to do that, girls. We want her to stand out. We want her to sing. We want her to be the face of the Philadelphia Home for Girls. Think of what it would mean if the whole country could see her in the Thanksgiving Day parade. The cameras would zoom right in on her. She'd smile. She'd wave. And the commentators would talk about all the good work we do. Think of what that would mean for us.
No more cookie sales.
But would they zoom in on the rest of us, too?
No more lemonade stands.
Oh, I hope the camera lingers so I can get my 15 minutes of fame.
No more standing out in traffic, stopping people at the light and asking them to put money in a bucket.
None of that. Well, maybe some for the younger girls. You know, for tradition's sake. Tradition is very important, of course.
Like having to wear those short skirts and high heels.
We believe uniforms are an important equalizer. That way, our girls aren't obsessed about fashion. They can focus on what's really important, like their studies.
And fundraising.
Oh, I liked the calendar. I hope we do that again. Except next time, I want to be on one of the 31-day months so people have more time to look at me.
So what do you think? Do you think you can make her famous? Do you think you can make us all famous? For the good work we do, that is.
Agent continues to look over Columbia.
And why is it only 15 minutes of fame anyway? Why can't it be more?
It's all the foreigners. They're coming in here and taking our fame.
Oh, well, that makes sense. It used to be our finest hour, but now it's just 15 minutes. Does that mean the foreigners have taken 45 minutes of fame away from me?
Maybe more. 54-40 or fight.
She has potential.
Did you hear that, girls? She has potential. What kind of potential?
I don't want to say too much before we do some tests.
Of course. What kind of tests? You mean like a screen test? Some kind of audition?
I mean, tests. Confidential ones, of course.
Well, of course. Mum's the word. Just like the Mummers Parade. Isn't that right, girls?
I swear on a whole stack of hotel Bibles.
Cross my heart and hope she dies.
All right, then. Let's get down to business.
So, what do you need? A piano? We have a piano in the music room. It's a little out of tune, but we have several girls who know how to play. There's Liberty and Constitution and...
not Connie.
She just wants to play all that emo crap.
I don't need a piano.
So what do you need then?
Her blood.
What?
Standard procedure. We take biometric readings of all our clients.
Oh, okay.
I'll just need to set things up first.
Agent roots around his bag and begins to set up what he'll need for a blood test. Everything except the needle, which he will produce later. Throughout the next passage, he is setting things up.
Columbia, settle down now. I know you're eager to help, but try to restrain your enthusiasm.
Yeah, just like we've restrained you.
Is that a chemistry set?
That looks more like a meth lab to me.
Oh.
So, how will a blood test help you figure out if she has any talent?
Oh, we're not interested in talent, Mrs. Page. Talent is overrated. We're interested in potential. And to determine potential, we must first know her background.
Well, I told you, she was dropped off here 13 years ago on the morning of July 4th. She couldn't have been more than just a few hours old.
Wait, the 4th of July?
Oh, yes. She messed up all our holiday plans that day. Not that it matters, of course. It's what we're here for.
All the more reason I should take her blood. We really must find out where she really came from.
You mean like genetic testing? Like you see advertised on TV?
And paternity suits.
So you can trace her history then? See where she comes from?
Think of her as the Rosetta Stone of patriotism. We might be on the verge of discovering the precise genetic mix that makes a real American.
Oh, I hadn't thought of it that way.
Of course, that has some pretty serious implications.
Of course. What are they?
If we can determine just who is a real American, then, ipso facto, we can determine who isn't, if you catch my drift.
Oh, so you mean like traitors and spies? That sort of thing?
Or liberals, immigrants, journalists. So, yes, traitors and spies.
I suppose that would be useful in some ways, to know who's who, so we can keep track of them.
Or round them up and put them in reservations.
For their own good, of course. So they're with their own kind. They'll be happier that way.
Oh, by the way, just so you know, ipso facto is an American word because real Americans only speak English from birth.
It would be like going to camp. Summer camp.
Or internment camp.
They can have internships there? Why are we giving internships to foreigners anyway?
Happy campers.
I wonder what they'll call it, because branding is important.
Branding like cattle.
Here, rub this on her arm.
Agent hands a cotton swab and alcohol to Alkie and Buffy and directs them to rub it on Columbia's arm.
Okay.
This is alcohol.
It's okay. It's to sterilize things.
Ah, smells like teen spirit.
Alkie and Buffy swab Columbia's arm. She struggles.
Hold still, Columbia, or they'll get all over your pretty dress. You don't want them to get it on your dress now, do you?
Why does she get a new dress? I want a new dress. We should all get new dresses. It's not fair.
When she wins, we'll have enough money to get everyone a new dress. That's called a rising tide lifts all boats.
Agent pulls out a very needle.
And they call this the truth teller. Whatever secrets you have, this will reveal them to all the world.
You mean like those supermarket tabloids? Revealed, Princess Diana and Elvis alive and well at secret CIA base with alien love child. They named him Roswell.
How's it do that? Is it supposed to be like a truth serum?
Oh, science is a marvelous thing, as long as it doesn't contradict our beliefs.
If we ever get to a girl with an R, we should name her Roswell.
Columbia struggles more frantically.
Be still. It's only a needle. Just imagine he's a vampire. You like vampires, don't you?
Will this hurt her? I hope it does. I want to see her eyes bug out.
Do you like the sparkly ones or the dark shadows ones?
That's an awfully big needle.
A big needle for a big job.
Of course, a real vampire would take it out of your neck, but that might mess up your face, and we're not supposed to do that.
Are you sure it's really necessary to use one that big? Do you maybe have a smaller one?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Very necessary. Now,
Oh.
just hold still, Columbia. I tell you that this won't hurt, but I'd be lying. This will hurt, and it will hurt you more than me. You know that old line about, I'm from the government and I'm here to help you? Yeah, that's not true. I'm from the government and I'm here to hurt you. Oh, don't worry though, it's not cruel and unusual. We do it so often, it's not unusual at all.
Agent sticks Columbia with the needle.
We should take this off, freedom of speech and all that.
Buffy removes the gag.
Oh, gosh, sorry, the founders didn't say anything about freedom of screams.
Buffy puts the gag back on Columbia.
I'm a strict constitutionalist, very strict.
Now, Columbia, remember what we taught you in etiquette class? Ladies always smile.
I'm smiling, does that count?
Oh, look, it's red. That's a pretty color.
Oh, yes. I'm sure she's a red-blooded American.
Are there some who aren't? Red-blooded, that is.
Can't say. We haven't tested everyone. Not yet, anyway. Perhaps someday we'll take biometric readings from everyone at birth and issue everyone a photo ID. Or plant a microchip in their ear.
That would only be a problem for the tortured artists. They'd have to cut their ears off in protest.
That's a lot of blood you're taking.
We have to do a lot of tests.
Oh, well, I suppose you do.
Agent finishes drawing Columbia's blood.
There, that should do it.
So, what happens next?
Well, we wait to hear from the lab.
Oh, how long will that take?
I can tell you, but then I'd have to shoot you.
Oh.
You could tell me and then shoot her.
Just a little agency humor there, ma'am. In the meantime, don't call us, we'll call you. Like MacArthur, I shall return.
Oh, well, that was,
Strange.
Inspiring.
Odd.
Uplifting.
I was thinking more promising.
Oh, only thing I heard him promise was to shoot somebody. That was pretty promising.
Oh, Buffy, you've got such a great sense of humor.
What should we do about Columbia?
She'll be fine. Just give her some water and she'll perk right up, just like the pretty flower she is.
So does that mean we waterboard her now?
Is that anything like a surfboard? Why does she get to go to the beach and we don't?
That reminds me, I need to go water my plants. They're all plastic, but I like to stick to a schedule anyway.
She didn't say no.
I think she just meant we're supposed to give her some water to drink.
Or we could douse her with an ice bucket. Because the way Mrs. Page talks about her, she's going to win the Super Bowl, the World Series, and the Miss America pageant all at once.
We'd need a lot of water to fill up an ice bucket.
Who said anything about ice? We could just put the bucket over her head, then we wouldn't have to look at her. Huh?
Alkie takes Columbia's gag away.
Let's just give her some water. For now, at least.
Thanks.
Buffy sets down a bottle of water, but Columbia can't reach it because she's still tied up.
In the old days, they didn't have bottled water. You had to walk down to the creek to get it. That's what made this country great. None of these recycled plastic bottles that are good for the environment. If they were so good for the environment, then why don't we see animals at the zoo walking around with them?
I can't reach it.
Do you want a hand up or a hand out?
That's kind of, Oh, well, maybe. I'm not sure.
Builds character. Inspires innovation. You're not against innovation, are you?
Alkie unties Columbia's hand.
What are you doing?
She'll need one hand to drink.
If you say so. I wanted to see what she would have done.
It's just one hand. We don't want her to exert herself too hard after all.
Thanks.
Hard work never killed anybody. Well, maybe some coal miners, but that's different. They're soldiers. Soldiers in the war on coal.
She's our meal ticket?
Our meal ticket is to the cafeteria. Freak show here is just a freak.
Don't call her freak show.
Well, what should we call her then?
She's more of an exhibit.
Like a farm animal then, at a livestock show?
I was thinking more of an art gallery, one of those weird modern art shows.
Nah, farm animal. Or maybe more like the circus. Right this way, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, step right up, come see the marvels of the Midway. In this tent over here, we have the bearded woman. In that tent over there, we have the boneless man. And in this tent behind me, we have the seventh wonder of the world, spectacle of the states, the curiosity of the country, Columbia, the flag-faced girl.
Why are you so mean to me?
Are we being mean, or are we just being realistic? That you've got a flag growing on your face.
I can't help it. I wish it would just go away.
Oh, we wish you would go away too. Then we could have some peace and quiet around here. Or is it peace and prosperity?
Sometimes I just want to die.
Or maybe peace through strength.
Columbia, you don't want to die. How could you win the pageant and help us all get new pretty dresses if you're dead?
I like peace through strength. I'd also like another piece of pie. I think it means if we're stronger, we get a bigger piece of the pie by taking it away from somebody else.
I have returned.
Oh, I'll go get Mrs. Page.
Do you want me to tie her hand back up? She might hit you.
Oh, I don't think she'll do that.
Agent approaches Columbia and circles around her, eyeing her.
You wouldn't do that, would you, Columbia?
What do you want from me?
Oh, I think the question is what you can do for your country.
What are you talking about?
She has one life to give for her country. Just saying.
Oh, she has more than one life to give to her country.
How's she gonna do that? Are you gonna hang her twice?
Can you stop it?
Sure.
Buffy stuffs a gag in Columbia's mouth.
There, all stopped up.
Oh, conserve your strength. You're gonna need it.
Oh, that was quick.
Your government is very efficient, contrary to what the media may have told you.
Government? I don't understand.
Oh, never mind. It's not important.
Or did you send the testing off to a government lab? That must be it. You sent it off to the government.
Sure.
So, do you have the results? What did you find out? Does she have talent? Does she have potential?
Oh, she has potential, all right. In fact, you might even say it's her destiny. Her manifest destiny.
Oh, that's good, right? Did you hear that, girls? The test shows Columbia has potential. So, what kind of potential?
Oh, patriotic.
Well, yes, that's what we thought too. With a face like that, how can she not be patriotic?
She could be a Russian plant. A false flag operation.
Oh, Columbia here isn't Russian. Are you? Of course not. She doesn't look Russian. She doesn't sound Russian. What are you exactly anyway? I've always wondered.
She's not anything.
You hear that? You're nothing.
No impurities, no imperfections.
She's got a flag on her face. That's a pretty big imperfection.
She's also shaped kind of funny in places, if you ask me. I don't think she'd be good for the calendar.
Oh, she's perfect.
She is?
What about her? You know, they seem out of proportion.
She's a pure 100% American.
Oh, yes, she is.
No, I mean the tests confirm it.
They can do that?
It's incredible. It's historic. You might even say it's unprecedented.
It is?
The first pure American on record.
What about us? Aren't we Americans?
Maybe it's because he hasn't tested us. Do you need to test us too? You can take my blood too. I want to prove I'm an American.
You have a birth certificate. You do have a birth certificate, don't you?
Of course she has a birth certificate. They all have birth certificates. What do you mean Columbia is a pure American?
I mean, she has no genetic markers of any kind. With everybody else, there are pieces of genetic code that you could trace back somewhere. Red hair in Ireland, blue eyes to the Black Sea, but all those places normal people come from. But here, nothing.
Maybe there's a mistake?
Oh, I assure you, ma'am, the government doesn't make mistakes.
So you did use a government lab then?
Every genetic marker in her blood shows an origin in North America, which is, really just a diplomatic way of saying United States, because everybody knows Canada and Mexico don't count.
Oh, so what's that mean?
I think it means we're going to invade Canada. I've got dibs on Manitoba.
It means she's the perfect embodiment of the American people.
That's what I've been saying all along. Isn't that exciting, girls? Isn't that exciting?
If she's perfect, how come she has that thing on her face?
This, my friends, is the American melting pot before your very eyes.
I thought the melting pot was a restaurant.
Hear that, Columbia? You're having a meltdown.
All the impurities have been bred out of her.
You make her sound like a cow. I like that. That's how the West was won, with cows and branding irons and slaughterhouses.
She is kind of shaped like a cow. That's why she'd never make it on the calendar.
Instead, only the pure essence of America has been distilled into her DNA.
Is she like some kind of science experiment? Like one of those mutant monsters who gets loose and wreaks havoc all over the world?
Oh, Columbia hasn't wreaked havoc on anybody. Usually she's rather quiet, keeps to herself.
Just like a serial killer.
There was that one time she locked herself in her room and refused to come out.
Just like the Alamo, except everyone there died.
Somehow, some way, genetics have combined to produce to produce
To produce what?
A new breed of cow.
the new American man or woman, that the case may be, or girl, or whatever she is.
I told you, she's some kind of mutant.
It's the hand of God. Or maybe it's just random chance.
Or maybe it's a secret government experiment that's gotten out of control.
Oh, I assure you, it's not a government experiment. Not yet, anyway.
What's that mean?
I think it means they don't know why she looks that way, but they're going to try to find out. Don't worry, Columbia. They're going to try to find out what's wrong with you. Aren't you excited?
Alkie takes a gag out of Columbia's mouth.
You all just stop looking at me like I'm a piece of meat?
See, I told you she was a cow.
Oh, you're not just a piece of meat. Well, you're that too. But that's not the part we're interested in.
I've told her they're not beauty pageants, they're scholarship pageants. The swimsuit portion is just to show off their GPAs.
We want what's inside.
Of course, I assure you, Columbia will put heart and soul into whatever talent you think she ought to pursue.
I don't want to do talent.
Oh, Columbia doesn't need a talent. Her talent lies within. And what a talent it is, too.
It is? I mean, it is?
We want her blood.
I thought you just took her blood.
You can take some more.
No, please, no.
I mean, her blood had just been declared a national treasure.
That was such a good movie.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Agent hands Mrs. Page some papers.
Well, of course you don't. But then again, you don't need to. We need to know basis. All that. Here's what you need to know. Here's an executive order, a presidential finding, some random papers with coffee stains.
What's all this? Are these like releases for TV appearances?
I told you, this young lady here has just been declared a restricted area.
Oh, that. No need to worry about that. None of our girls are allowed to date until they turn 16, and then only with the director's permission.
I mean, she's just been designated a federally protected critical national resource and therefore falls under the jurisdiction of the Department of Homeland Security.
But why? What's that mean?
What's going on? What are you gonna do to me?
I think it means she's under arrest.
Oh no, am I going to jail?
Mommy's going to go to jail?
Or one of those black site prisons the CIA runs in some foreign country.
No, dear. Columbia's not going to jail. She's not going to jail, is she?
Oh, not at all. She's free to go anywhere she wants.
See? She's not going to jail.
I just want to go away.
But for national security reasons, she should stay right here.
No!
Well, of course. If they're not adopted by this age, they're never going to be. That's just the way it is. Wait, what do you mean she should stay here? Does this mean she can't enter the pageant?
Forget the pageant.
Oh, thank God.
We have bigger fish to fry.
I'm watching my weight. Can I get mine grilled instead?
Or nuked in a microwave.
What do you mean, forget the pageant? I thought the pageant was how we got it all started.
I like nukes. Especially the mushroom clouds.
I mean, we can't risk her being out in public. Not just yet, anyway. We need to prepare the public.
We could keep her in the closet.
Oh, I get it, I think. We hold off until the big reveal.
Something like that.
We could sell tickets and TV rights. Think of all the money we'd make. For the orphanage, of course.
Can I just go now?
No, you're going to stay right there. We need to run some tests.
Well, what kind of tests?
I thought you just ran a test.
This test is more like an experiment.
I told you she's a lab experiment gone haywire.
All I need are some control subjects.
You mean guinea pigs?
Oh, guinea pigs are gross.
I'm afraid we don't allow any pets, other than fish. Fish we can flush away when the girls get tired of them.
Or just serve them in the cafeteria on Fridays.
Say, how would you two girls like a chance to become part of a select group?
What kind of a select group?
Oh, a very special select group of people. You might even say chosen people.
What do we need to do?
I need a chair right here.
Mrs. Page moves to a chair so it's near Columbia.
Will this one do?
All you need to do is sit in this chair beside Columbia.
Alkie sits.
Okay.
What are you gonna do to her?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Oh, just a little trial run. Now, give me your arm.
What for?
Do you happen to know what blood type you have?
Not really. Why?
I'm sure I have it on record in the office.
Why do you need to take her blood too?
Oh, I'm not going to take her blood.
What are you doing then?
Night?
I'm gonna give her blood.
Oh, okay.
Why do you need to give me blood?
Oh, no, 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 no.
No, what?
Don't let him do it.
Do what?
I'm sure he knows what he's doing. What are you doing?
We need to see if the asset is transferable.
The asset? What asset are you talking about?
He means he's going to put some of Columbia's blood into Alkie.
No!
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Well, was going to the moon a good idea? Was going over Niagara Falls in a barrel a good idea? Was subjugating the natives and leveling old growth forests to build shopping malls and subdivisions a good idea? The whole American experiment has been based on the rugged individual taking risks, plus maybe some inside dealing and cost plus government contracts.
I have no idea what that means.
It means no way.
It means we've always taken risks with other people.
The expandable ones.
The heroic ones. Or sometimes the expendable ones, depending on how it all works out.
You shouldn't let him put that freak's blood in you.
No way.
But we need to see if it works.
To see if what works.
To see if we can replicate this precious child.
What do you mean, replicate?
You want to clone her? But why?
Oh, imagine a new America, a pure America, from sea to shining sea. No more of those tired, poor, huddled, multicultural masses yearning for a welfare check, but real Americans, as real as the Marlboro Man riding off into the sunset with his constitutionally protected firearms. We'd have a nation of real Americans who wear their heart on their sleeve and their flags on their face.
That's kind of crazy.
You want a nation of mutants.
So you mean everybody would look like Columbia?
Just the good people, the decent people, the hardworking people, the real Americans, mostly in the South and Midwest.
Oh.
No need for government paperwork. Think of this as a cost-saving move. We'd be able to tell instantly, are you really one of us?
Please don't do this to anybody else.
So you're going to make her donate blood to everybody in the country?
Only the ones who qualify.
I wouldn't wish this on anyone.
And how do people qualify?
Extreme vetting, of course.
Oh.
And possibly campaign contributions.
Does she even have that much blood?
It doesn't all have to be hers. She's just the source code. Eventually, we can grow a whole network of donors. But the first question is whether we can replicate her face on anyone else.
Not me.
Not me either.
You don't want to be among the first to have pure American blood coursing through your veins?
I've been trying to get rid of this for 13 years. And now you're trying to give it to others?
Like a disease. Yuck.
Think of it this way, dear. If everybody looked like you, then you wouldn't stand out so much. Isn't that what you always wanted?
I always wanted it to just go away.
But what if everybody looked like her? But then we couldn't market her as unique.
But she'd be the original, the first, the mother of her country. A new country.
Country of mutants, apparently.
It's evolution. Not that we call it that sort of thing, mind you. We may have to soft pedal that point. We'll call it a miracle.
Come on, Alkie, let's get out of here.
This is too weird for me.
Take me with you, please. Come back.
You can't ring the chimes of freedom without clacking the Liberty Bell. You can't make omelets without breaking eggs. You can't. Oh, never mind. So, do you have any other girls who might be interested?
Well, I suppose.
Please don't ask anyone else. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy.
NASA could have launched the space program just with monkeys, but President Eisenhower insisted on test pilots. So there's glory on this. Death or glory. You do support President Eisenhower, don't you?
There might be a few girls. Let me go see.
Tell them death or glory. All we need is someone willing to undergo an unproven medical procedure. So, like I said, death or glory. And I like Ike. And so, who is it?
Who is who?
Just who is your worst enemy?
Why do you ask?
Well, you said you wouldn't wish this on your worst enemy. So who is she?
Why do you want to know?
Oh, well, because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. But the friend of my enemy is my enemy, and the enemy of my friend is my enemy. So the odds are that 2 out of 3 of whoever I meet is my enemy. Do you know what that means?
That you're paranoid.
It means that 2/3 of the people in this country should be on the enemies list. Or maybe we just give them 3/5 of a vote. That should even things out.
It's not fair. Everybody picks on me just because I'm different.
Oh, fair? You want fair? When has this country ever been about what's fair? Fair would have been letting the Seminoles keep Florida. Instead, we marched them down and all the other Indians down the Trail of Tears and gave them casinos to run. Fair would have been keeping the Dodgers in Brooklyn and the Colts in Baltimore. Instead, we let billionaires shake down the taxpayers and build stadiums where millionaires could bash other millionaires in the head in between beer commercials. Fair would have been keeping the Panama Canal because we stole it fair and square in the first place. There's your fair. The only fair in this country is the county fair, where God-fearing people can eat, ride merry-go-rounds, and play games of chance for stuffed animals and gawk at the biggest tomatoes that the agrochemical industry can produce. That's what's fair. I'll tell you what else is fair. The survival of the fittest. That's why I speak softly and carry a big stick. And a big needle is what I intend to use to drain you till you're white as a sheet at a Klan rally.
No!
And then you won't be different anymore because everyone will look like you, Columbia. Well, at least the chosen people. Doesn't that seem fair?
Well, I might have found a few girls here willing to help you out. This here is Zero. She's named after Ground Zero.
The one we blew up at Alamogordo, not the other one.
And this here is Yo. That's short for Yosemite. She didn't want to get her confused with the cartoon character.
Yo.
I'm afraid that's the only word she knows. English isn't her first language, I'm afraid.
Yo. Yo.
We're just not sure what is.
Yo. Yo. Yo.
And this is Xenia,
Like the warrior princess.
short for xenophobia.
Ah, I like it.
It's Irish. Xenophobia.
She tries so hard to fit in.
It must have been a big year. You reached the end of the alphabet.
Yes, yes. Well. Indeed. So what do you think? Oh, no. We name all our darker, complected girls starting at the end of the alphabet.
Oh, I see.
That way, they'll feel special. Separate, but equal. Isn't that right, girls?
Yo.
Lots of things are separate. There's separation of powers,
All men are created
separation of church and state.
equal protection.
We're so separate but equal. We even got our own water fountain.
Yo. Yo.
Equal time, equal opportunity, equal rights amendment. Oh wait, and never mind the last one.
So, what do you think? Will these do?
I was hoping for someone a little bit more, or maybe a little bit less.
I'm confused.
I was hoping for someone with more experience, someone better qualified.
Say no more. I know exactly what you mean.
Yo. Yo. Yo.
Let's just say I don't need any dark horse candidates.
Of course not.
It's not that I don't like these young ladies. I'm sure they all have a place and know their place.
Yo. 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 Yo.
In the home, in the kitchen, the back of the bus.
Yo. 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 Yo.
At the naturalization ceremony, swearing an oath of allegiance.
That's fascinating, but
You don't like them because they're not white.
Columbia.
It's true.
well, of course it's not true. Something like that would be beyond the pale.
The Pale was the name of the fort around Dublin, in Ireland. Anything beyond the Pale was out in the countryside. So you see, I really am Irish.
Yo. 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 Yo.
If she's Irish, then I'm a little green man from Mars.
The Irish national color is green. Maybe the Martians are just celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
No, this will never do.
Yo. 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 Soy.
I thought you said she could only speak one word.
Well, only one American word. All the rest are just Greek to me. Although I think that one means she wants to work the soybean field someday.
Yo. Soy. Two. E2. E2.
I am you, and you, and you.
We try not to encourage it.
Yo también soy tú.
I am you as well.
Oh, well, why don't you run along, girls? See if you can find some chores.
Yes'm. We'll work the fields. We'll do your laundry. We'll do all the jobs you don't want to do.
Because that's the American way.
That's right. The Puritan work ethic.
I was thinking exploitation of the working class, but whatever.
I'm afraid I may have to hold Zero back one more year until she gets her history lesson straightened out. Or send her to summer school, or as we prefer to call it, re-education camp.
Yo trabajo tus campos. Yo limpio tus habitaciones. Hago los trabajos que no quieres hacer, al igual que los africanos y los irlandeses y los chinos y todos los demás que vinieron antes que nosotros.
I work your fields, I clean your rooms, I do the jobs you do not want to do, just like the Africans and the Irish and the Chinese and all the other who came before us.
The Puritans spoke English, you know. That's why the Bible's in English, you know.
The agent is messing around with some equipment near Columbia.
What are you doing?
I'm doing what Americans throughout our history have always done in times of crisis.
Turn to Providence in prayer?
Right, sure. Providence, Boston, New Haven, any of those places.
What's all that?
I'm taking matters into my own hands. Or, more accurately, my own arm. Here, hold still again.
Agent gets ready to stick a needle into Columbia's arm.
No!
Yes!
Agent jams a needle into Columbia's arm. The needle in Columbia's arm starts filling up with blood.
But that's Columbia's arm?
Here, run this over to the sink in the bathroom.
Agent hands Mrs. Page a long plastic tube.
Oh, okay.
Please don't take any more.
It's for your country. Just grit your teeth and think of America. I know I am.
Agent jams the other end of the tube that Mrs. Page has just taken into the bathroom for his arm.
What's that for? What are you doing?
All right, done. What's going on?
What's going on is an experiment. You might even call it the American experiment. But first, we need to see if it's going to work.
If what's gonna work?
Agent jams the tube leading from Columbia's arm into his own. So there's one tube leading from Columbia's arm to the agent's, transferring her blood to him, and then another tube leading from his other arm to the bathroom off the stage that is emptying his blood.
Let me know if you see any changes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
I'm feeling weak.
What kind of changes?
Stars, stripes, anything like that. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God. Oh, that would be the Judeo-Christian God, mind you, not the other ones.
No, I don't see anything. Maybe a little 5 o'clock shadow?
Do you have a mirror?
Well, there's one in the bathroom.
I mean one that I can hold.
Oh, let me see.
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Or at least for some. We may need to work on that last line. It's a little problematic. Some people take it a little too literally.
I'm getting kind of dizzy.
If this works, we'll put you up in a nice safe house somewhere. Quantico, Fort Knox, a missile silo in North Dakota. Oh, you'll have everything you can imagine. And all you have to do is let us drain your blood. Once a day, every day, right on schedule, just like a dairy cow in Wisconsin.
Here you go.
Mrs. Page hands a mirror to the agent.
Why isn't anything happening?
I'm seeing stars.
Oh, how many? 50, 48? Or just the original 13 arranged in a circle? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn?
They're spinning all around.
Like the fireworks of 4th of July.
We always take the girls out for fireworks on the 4th. There's nothing more American than fireworks. Some people say they were invented in China, but I think that's just fake news. Everybody knows Thomas Jefferson invented them at Monticello.
I think I'm gonna pass out.
Agent looking in the mirror again.
Why isn't anything happening?
Is she allowed to pass out?
I carry a copy of the Constitution in my pocket. I have a flag sticker on my car. I voted the right way in the last election. Why isn't anything happening?
Maybe it takes time.
Time. Time is for other people. Time is for Mexicans who take siestas. No, time is for French who take the entire month of August off. I'm an American. We don't have time for anything. We're a people on the move.
Columbia's not moving. Do you think...
Mrs. Page? Mrs. Page?
Not now, Alkie. We're in the middle of something.
Something's happening.
Is it? What? Tell me.
It's the other girls.
What about them?
Can you see any stripes? Can you see any stars?
They're changing.
I told them to do some chores, so they're probably just getting into their work clothes.
No, not changing like that. Changing all over.
They're mutants. They're mutants just like Columbia.
Get me another mirror. This one's not working. It's probably made in China.
Oh, okay.
They're monsters.
God, they're coming.
Get me an American-made mirror. These foreign mirrors don't show things right.
What can we do?
You help me look for a mirror.
One that works. One that has the right values.
That's not what I mean.
Traditional values.
We're being overrun.
See?
Xenia, Yo, and Zero enter. Each has an American flag on their face, just like Columbia. Mrs. Page and the agent are positioned so that they don't see the girls.
How can I tell if any of these mirrors are the right ones?
Just look.
I am looking.
Look faster.
They all show the same thing. Do you think that's a conspiracy?
Look at the damn mirror over here.
Buffy, such language.
Mrs. Page turns to see Xenia, Yo, and Zero.
Oh, dear God. What in the name of...
What? What's going on?
But how? Why? Oh, dear Lord, it's contagious.
What are you talking about?
He sees Xenia, Yo, and Zero.
Oh.
I am the American dream.
This is all your fault, Mrs. Page. We should have never let them in the first place.
Yo, if you are speaking, we cannot hear you.
Yo soy la realidad americana.
I am the American reality.
No. No, this can't be happening.
My fault? Why is it my fault?
Yo soy el presente americano.
I am the American present.
Why is this happening?
Yo soy el futuro americano.
I am the American future.
I thought they were all up to date with their vaccinations.
That shouldn't be happening to them. That should be happening to me.
Yo soy tan americano como tú.
I am as American as you.
They're taking over.
What are they doing?
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain.
Could we sing along?
For purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain.
How can they? Why are they?
America, God shed his grace on thee.
This would make a nice song for Columbia in the pageant.
With brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
It's not right.
Oh,
It's not fair.
beautiful for pilgrims pilgrim feet, whose stern impassioned stress.
No, not the second verse.
Thoroughfare for freedom beat across the wilderness.
Make them stop singing the second verse.
God mend thy every flaw.
Make them go away.
Affirm thy soul in self-control, thy liberty in law.
No, make them go away.
We could build a fence.
Make them go back to their rooms where they came from.
We could build a wall.
We're still entering Colombia in the pageant, aren't we? Colombia? Colombia!
Xenia.
For patriot dream that sees beyond the years, thine alabaster cities gleam, undimmed by human tears. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Yo soy el experimento americano. Yo soy la historia americana. I am the American experiment. I am the American story.